We all budget money, setting it aside for rent, bills, mortgage, food, trips, anything we need or want in life. Organizing currency is an essential part of a successful life, just as is the use of our time. Today, I'm here to show you how to break down the hours in a day to maximize your time. Just like setting aside money for bills, you can dedicate 20 minutes a day to learning a new skill. Take it from me, as my entire adult life has always involved working multiple jobs simultaneously. One has always been full-time, and the other has always been a part-time job I do for extra income. In addition, in 2018, I began my journey going to college. Working a lot has always been a high necessity in my life, and time management has been a skill I have been forced to master in order to accomplish my achievements. Writing out daily and weekly goals has become a ritual in my life. Crunching the numbers at the beginning of the week, seeing what I need and what I can accomplish, and following through are all tactics in managing my time. And over the years, I've learned that time management is a lot like balancing a checkbook. Let me explain. The first thing to do when using this concept is to examine your average day. There are 24 hours in a day that we can budget with, and we can first start by determining our needs. Obviously, we have to sleep. And if you work that day, you have to subtract those working hours, as they are essential, just like setting aside money for rent and bills. After allocating for that, you have allocated 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of work, and give yourself about a 2-hour leeway for commutes, cooking, or just mentally preparing yourself to go into your job for the day. That leaves you with about 6 hours of time left to budget with. This is where you can allocate for your wants or work on personal goals. And don't be afraid to divide those 6 hours up into different things. For example, if you're a student with homework due by the end of the week, or a husband with a house project, you don't need to focus all 6 hours on that one thing, as it can become overwhelming and stressful for your mental health. So instead, let's just set aside 2 hours for those goals. It's much more manageable and increases your chances of accomplishing them. And then bam, you've come home from work and you've done something that you needed to do, with about 4 hours left to spare in your day. Let's cut that in half and set aside another 2 hours to set yourself up for your future. Just do something that'll give you an advancement. This could be cleaning up your living area a bit, prepping tomorrow's breakfast, or packing your lunch for the following workday. Just do something that'll de-stress you and give you an advancement. Finally, we have 2 hours left in the day that we can budget with, and these are arguably the most crucial for maintaining consistency in your goals. On a daily basis, you should always set aside time for yourself and your mental health. Trust me, there have been times in my busy life where I've lacked giving myself time to decompress, and I can tell you from experience, it takes a toll on you. Make sure to include time to spend for yourself. Now, doing all this on a consistent basis will create a routine in your life, and you'll begin to find comfort in knowing what your day is going to look like. Eventually, you'll find dispensing time to different prospects becomes easier for you. Eventually, balance becomes obtainable. Now, I've explained how to allocate your time to various wants and needs. Let me elaborate on setting boundaries and disciplining your time to maximize your efforts. You must establish boundaries with yourself and others in your life in order to allow yourself to accomplish your goals. This could be as simple as setting boundaries with your job or with your friends. Inform that boss that frequently asks you to work overtime. You can only work a certain number of hours per week in order to budget accurately. Inform friends that frequently want to go out with you that you can't spend time with them because you have other responsibilities and commitments. Ensure that you recognize that you are more than just what you are working towards. Now let's delve into the topic of motivation. It can be difficult while you try to navigate throughout your week. You may feel tired after work, school, or just from the demands of daily life. Therefore, it's crucial to give yourself small rewards or recognize milestones in order to demonstrate progress, which in turn will motivate you to keep going. When your goal has a defined endpoint, tracking progress is straightforward. For me personally, one of the goals is to finish the book I am working on. I set a goal of writing half a page per week while attending classes, and over time, I've managed to produce about 4 chapters. However, if your goal requires ongoing maintenance, like going to the gym to lose weight or managing a second job or side hustle, occasional rewards may be necessary to sustain motivation. Motivation is a lot like saving up money for something you want. There's a drive there to push you and keep you on track. Now, I came up with a concept that people have called me crazy for in the past. It's a tool to use when you are pressed for time that helps include tasks from your to-do list into your day-to-day living. This concept is called dead time. And I employ these methods during my busy semesters to ensure that even when working a 12 to 13-hour day, pulling double shifts, I could still allocate time to my personal goals. Think of it like a time variant of collecting coins in a piggy bank that you find in your pocket or in your car. But instead, it's finding time in places that you might not know where to look. The best example I have of dead time is your lunch break at work. What do you normally do during that time? You might scroll through your phone, you might watch something, you might talk to coworkers. While these are all good activities, unless you work from home, you may not truly be relaxing and decompressing at your place of employment. When you have something you need to accomplish, such as paying a bill, sending that well-thought-out email, or doing homework, using your dedicated break time will help you have more time outside of work for friends, hobbies, and family. Personally, I always try to set a single goal for myself when going into my job for the day. So that way I know that there's one thing that I don't have to take home. This could be one assignment or writing half a page of my book I discussed earlier. Using these little windows of time over a long period can create major dents in your life goals, the same way that collecting enough coins can help you obtain something you want financially. Now, when discussing these rules and tricks for chunking up time, remember that you can apply them to fit the rhythm of your own life. Just make it doable for you. And don't be afraid to experiment with time and discover what works best for your unique circumstances. Do it for yourself because you deserve to have structure in your life. Now, we have discussed how to allocate time to various wants and needs. We have discussed establishing boundaries. And finally, we touched on the concept of dead time. But there is arguably one investment that we have not touched over that is arguably the most important: yourself. You are the greatest asset when considering investing into your future. So it's crucial to keep your most important asset healthy and motivated. Make sure to include time to spend with loved ones who will be there for you when you write that book, when you finish that degree, or achieve something that you're proud of. You're all amazing and beautiful individuals who deserve to feel fulfilled in everything you want out of life. And that's what time management is all about. Balance. Balance between excelling at your job and having a life outside of your career. Balance between spending time with loved ones and time you need for yourself to meet targets. It's about finding equilibrium between your wants and your needs. Thank you.